But
there.
I was like, how'd that turn on? I don't know. I'm not used to this RV type of thing. Yeah, it's a taco ghost. All right. So Claudio has some really good stories. Claudio, what's up?
Hey.
What kind of stories do you have to say?
I think the first experience with sleep paralysis was when I was 15. I think I was exhausted, but it was like 3 a.m. I was just laying in bed for 2 hours. I couldn't sleep, and I'm just looking at the ceiling, and all of a sudden my body starts vibrating, and I feel weird. You just feel really like warm, then you get really hot, and all of a sudden, you just can't move, and it's a weird feeling because your eyes can move. You're looking around, and you're like, what's happening? And all of a sudden I start to hear like someone screaming, and I'm like, oh, is someone hurt? And I'm trying to look around, but then the voice gets louder, and it gets louder, and you could feel the scream coming from like right in your face, and like high volume, and it's so loud, it's like you're getting like delirious, like, you can't like confused because it's so loud, and so that was very comforting. And then
wait, so you didn't see anybody? You just felt someone screaming?
Yeah, you could just feel someone right here screaming. And then my body got really, really hot, and then it like was able to move again, and like I stood up, and I was like, I'm not sleeping.
I'm awake.
Because no, you can actually feel it happening again, because I was just laying in bed, and I was like, alright, that was odd. And then I could feel, it's almost like there's a motor like shutting down, and your body starts to like not want to move, and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna lay down again, I'm gonna sit up. I think I stayed up for a while, and then eventually I passed out. And then I think the second time, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I was in bed. It happened in the same room. I don't know how long later it was, but I heard like I'm laying there again. I'm looking at the ceiling, and again it happens. I'm like, all right, here we go again. And then I feel someone sit down at the corner of my bed, like, and I actually feel my bed like sink because something's like. And I hear like a weird like growling sound, and I can only look down so much like to like hear, so I can't really see at the corner. And I feel something pushing its hands like on the bed, like trying to crawl towards me. I'm having like a full-on panic attack because I can't like look at what it is, and I just hear it sitting and moving. I'm like, is it a dog? I'm like, what? Like, there's no one in this apartment. And then I think I panicked till like I passed out. And then it just like I just woke up. The thing is, like, I never fell asleep, so it just happened like transition. It happened even while I was awake. And then I just passed out from exhaustion because you just get you think you're losing your sanity to a point where you just kind of like black out. And then I woke up and it was daytime, and I was like, I'm gonna retire from sleeping.
I'm never gonna sleep ever again. It's cool.
It's time to
on your level, 2 weeks.
Coffee in my RV in my.
I think you did a lot more than 2 weeks, probably.
But then the last one I had was I was in my room on my left side, laying down, looking at the window.
With Homer next to you?
Yeah, my dog was.
Was this recently?
This was probably the last time. I don't know, maybe like 3 years ago. Like, my dog is laying like on my stomach area, like next to me. And it starts to happen again. I start to feel. By this point, I'm like, okay, I can tell it's gonna happen. My body feels really weird, and I just kind of like embrace it. I just let it happen. And again, it happens. I'm like frozen, and I'm looking at my dog. I'm like, all right, this guy's crazy. He got my back. And then like kind of like if I'm here, I can see an old lady through my peripheral, like standing behind me, like breathing. I can see her chest like huffing.
What?
And I'm more angry because my dog's not doing anything than scared. And I'm like, all right. Time to go. Like, you're supposed to be what Cesar Millan tells you not to be. Like, be in the red zone. And then at this point, I already practiced a lot of like yoga breathing practices, so I kind of incorporated that into the moment, and I was able to like free up my body from. It's weird, like you have to do the opposite of what you want to do, which is panic. So you manually like calm yourself down. Your body starts to reactivate again, and then like I was able to move, and I slapped my dog on the tail. He didn't even wake up, and then I was like, all right, there's no lady.
He was like, you handle it.
I was like, and then I found out something called the old hag. So I was like, probably some.
You found out information about like the old hag.
Yeah, and I thought it was like an old sugar mom was trying to get my money. But it's an old hag. You know, it's just kind of rude because it was like, you know,
she won't let you
an
sleep.
entity just like not letting people sleep. It was like, all right, we're all gonna be miserable.
Wait, what about the one where you passed out on the couch and you just saw them like shadows come?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was watching. Thanks for bringing that little trauma.
You guys.
Yeah, I hid that away in my
Just
heart.
do it for the podcast.
Yeah. No, I was watching music videos on TV, whatever, on YouTube, and that also happened. I think that might be my first one, and I was on a recliner, and I was, you know, it was like those rocking chairs. I was rocking back and forth, like watching. All of a sudden, it's hard to explain because like I'm rocking, like manually, but then it stops to rock because my body's shutting down, and I'm just like, why am I not rocking? Like I'm trying to rock, and it's hard to explain because you're trying to rock, your brain is saying you're rocking, but your body's like, no, I'm not. And then all of a sudden I'm only able to look at the TV. It's like playing some Chromeo videos actually. And then at the same time, like as I'm looking at the TV, this dark figure, shadowy figure, like is at the door frame. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at this. But every time I would move my eyeballs, it would move closer. And then I was like, I'm gonna look down, and it would move closer. I was like, I'm gonna look to my left, and then we got closer. And then I was just looking like down to bottom left, like not trying to, and it was like right here, and I'm like, all right, I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna look down, and I was able to like force my eyes to close, and I was like in a dark, and I was like basically just in the dark, like trying not to freak out. And then as I slowly started to open my eyes again, I saw like multiple dark figures standing around me. I was like, I'm just gonna keep my eyes closed. But meanwhile, I'm having a panic attack, but I'm just gonna keep my eyes closed, and then. I don't know how long I stayed there until my body got really hot again and I was able to move again, and then I just opened up my eyes and it was gone. I was like, I'm not going to stay up. At least it got my sleep schedule back in track because I didn't stay up after 10 for a while. And then I saw that Netflix documentary, and then after I saw the Netflix documentary, the guy in the documentary said that the more you talk and think about it, it happens, and that's when the old hag happens after that because I kept watching about it.
Oh,
yeah.
So you couldn't stop thinking about it?
Wait, okay, so
yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Claudio, I have actually like that's really crazy, by the way. I have a question about the old hag. What did she look like? I'll tell you what the lady looked like when I saw her. What did she look like?
I didn't take a hard look at her. I just noticed that she was really pale. She had like a black veil or something like over her head.
What?
It's like white, but there's like something on it. Because I just looked at it through my peripheral. I wasn't going to stare at this lady.
So it looked like a nun or something?
It was just something pale trying to cover itself. So I was like, all right. It's like, yeah, some bad fashion. I don't know.
Some bad fashion. That's crazy.
Like, part of my brain is panicking, trying to rest, and ignore.
But like,
all at the same time.
Okay, so you were like thinking about it, and then like she ended up just like showing up. She took the opportunity. She was like, "What's up?"
Took advantage of me. It's like the Harvey Weinstein of ghosts.
That's crazy because like with the old lady that I saw, like I wasn't thinking about it. I didn't even know what like sleep paralysis was or anything. But like I just kind of like woke up, but I was still dreaming. So in my dream, but I saw like the room and everything like that. I saw my body sleeping and stuff. Oh, yeah. I didn't think anything was like abnormal, but I was like, hey, I want to wake up, but like I couldn't. And then there was just an old woman in the corner of the room, and she was just kind of like standing there, and she was very angry, and I was just like, you're angry. And then she just ran right up to me to like with her hands together, and she was like ready to like choke me. And I don't know, it's so crazy. And so she had like white hair, she had the light skin, she had just kind of like normal looking grandma clothes, so she looked like a normal grandma.
Grandma look. Little polka dots. It's the worst.
But like it's crazy. So I didn't know that you saw like when you Google the old hag, does it come up as like the nun looking lady?
Oh no, I actually don't think I looked.
Or do people just see crazy old ladies?
I think at this point Claudio's just like, I'm not gonna look
I'm not.
Yeah, just regularly resume back to regular stress and worry about other things.
We're just ruining his life right now.
This old hag just ruined my day. She's ruining my night. But,
That's so crazy. I wonder if people see like different kinds of like. Why is it always an old lady? Do people
It's not always an old lady.
fear?
Seriously, I don't know if it's still on Netflix. I want to say it's not, but it's a really good documentary. It's just called Sleep Paralysis.
It's called The Nightmare.
And it's called The Nightmare, and it follows three different.
I think so.
Yeah, 3 different people who all have different experiences with it, but the same, like, across the board is, you know, the feeling that you're like awake, but your body's like dormant and you can't move. You can move your eyes, but that's about it.
Yeah, they
and
say it's a part of your brain that just doesn't sync. Because when
Yeah,
you're
it doesn't,
tired,
like,
you fall
connect.
asleep, but it's like, oh, you're still staying awake, but it still falls asleep. I think something similar is when people go into surgery and they wake up and their body's still asleep, and so you're
So people wake up in the middle of surgery.
yeah, just mentally they're still physically sleeping, but they're inside, they're awake.
Wait, so are you saying, Claudio, that it like happened like in the middle of you sleeping? Because me,
No, I never
or
went to bed.
in
I
the
was, like,
beginning, well, but like mine was like in the middle of sleep. Like mine wasn't like going to sleep.
Oh no, I never went to bed. I was just awake and it just happened. So.
That's wild, man. This is why I don't sleep. So.
Now you guys know. That's the secret.
You turn people into drugs. I mean, in the show, some guy said he was like close to losing his sanity. I was like, yeah, I can understand it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially because you're just trying to rest, and it just the complete opposite happens. Like, no, you're gonna be fully awake.
Yeah, it's always evil. It's always something like really negative.
Unless you like.
Yeah, right. They say that. It's like we're not sure why. Maybe it's just a negative thing because we're just wired to always be on the lookout for danger. So.
But why is it always an old lady? Why isn't it like an
It's
older man?
It's not always an old lady. I remember some guy. It was like a cat.
A
that, like,
cat.
died, like,
Universally, I think old ladies can be scary though when they're angry.
That's crazy. I don't know. Maybe they're just angry beings, but that's crazy.
For life, and you won't be so angry after you die.
Well, that was amazing. Thank you for sharing, Ghost. I mean, guest.
Thanks, Claudio.
I'm gonna go fly away now. Ooh.